Hello ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? My name is Bilify, and today we're here to counter glove. Now which glove is that? Why, of course the Nightmare Glove. The biggest thing about this glove is that pretty much any glove in this game that you're good with is gonna counter. If you're really good with extended, you're not gonna get slapped by a passive user. If you're good with throwing bricks, same thing. Same thing with Flash, Swapper, Ghost, Thanos, Ahando, Magnet, Space, Dream. Every single glove, any glove that you're good with is gonna work because all you're doing is you're avoiding a single slap. So things that keep distance like table flip, things like ping pong, slicer, whirlwind, all of that will definitely keep you safe. They're all counters. When a passive glove pops up, just know that literally any glove that you're good with works as a counter. But for this glove, you could use any of the rocks to avoid being slapped. So Megarock, Custom, Diamond, all three of those gloves are going to work great to not get slapped, but we're looking for something a little better, you know? Can you get the mail prompt while you're in nightmare mode?
You've got mail.
So, mail. Interesting. You can't get out of mail. So mail and the Nightmare Glove are like a really good combo to use. It works perfectly because the user cannot click to get out of the mail because they're first person locked. So that's really funny. Now of course you could use Golden's ability to not be slapped. If you slap somebody who's been slapped by Nightmare with Squid, it's just, they can't see. They are so beyond being able to see, it's hilarious. So the combo with Squid in this, it can work, but it's an interesting combo. I kind of like the mail more than I do the Squid, because you can still kind of see everything during Squid. So Squid is like the same thing as mail, but it's not as good. I would use mail over Squid as a combo. What happens if you're cheeky in nightmare mode? So, oh god! Oh my god! So if you're in cheeky form, oh, it's just so, it's so hard to control. So Nightmare is a massive counter to cheeky, because the cheeky user has to get out of their ball in order to survive. Because if they don't, they're either gonna walk off the edge because they're not ready, or they're not gonna be able to control themselves. Oh, see, look at this. This is so hard to control right here. Definitely one of the odder things of trying to control. Oh my gosh. So another good combo, you can use Reaper and Nightmare and slap the same person. It's wild. So you go into this mode, and then you get slapped, and you just can't see anything. It is just pitch black. Definitely, if you're gonna have a nasty combo, use the Reaper and use the Nightmare, because they cannot see a thing. Now, what happens if you were to slap a reverse user? Lobby cheeky! Yeah, if you slap a reverse user as a Nightmare, you get the effect. So reverse is definitely a counter. You could use block to slap a user and keep them from slapping you so they can't use their passive on you. That works, but I recommend buddies over block if it's multiple. But if it's just a single one, you can easily use block to just farm slaps off of that blocked user. Shield works to block against that first slap. Baller can be a really good combination with a Nightmare. If somebody gets nightmared, they're not going to be able to see a baller ball coming and flying in, so that works. Any one shots will work. Just slap the passive user. They have to get a slap off on you, so one shots are going to be very good. God's Hand, the Flex, Air, Overkill, all of them. You could definitely use the Ultra Instinct 50% dodge rate because it is a slap. One thing I'm going to test out here is what happens if you do get hit with Hallow Jack and the Nightmare at the exact same time. So if you have both of these, oh, this effect's interesting. Odd. So Hollow Jack's another one of those gloves that combos with Nightmare Glove, not like a direct counter. You could of course use Phase to avoid being hit even by the Pim next spot. If you slap the bulb, use the Phase, the next spot can't hit you. Of course you could use the Bomb, Bubble Jet, Shard, and Bob as deterrents. Buddies is going to be your absolute best friend if there's multiple Nightmare users targeting you. You could always disarm them before they disarm you. But like every glove is a counter because it's a passive. Elude's going to be a top counter against this because Elude dodges player hits. You cannot be hit by Nightmare when you're in Elude. So this is the second top counter. There's not that many counters. Like super counters is what I'm talking about. But yes, so you do get the teleports. So Elude in that sense is definitely a massive counter. So Reverse and Elude are going to be your go-tos if you're getting targeted by the Nightmare Glove. If it's a single Nightmare Glove that is targeting you, use Blocked. You can always use Fish to flop yourself back in if you get hit by like the Pim bot or something like that. The next course of action is if you have a Voodoo user and there's a Voodoo doll, can you pass on the Nightmare in a doll? Yes, you can give the nightmare effect through a voodoo doll. So voodoo works really well with the nightmare glove. I said that this is the counters video. This is like the combos video, but that kind of happens with passive gloves. So I would say that Boogie is like a super counter because when you have the Boogie glove equipped, they just can't even get near you to slap if you're standing underneath your disco ball. So anybody tries to get near you, just pop the disco. You're safe. Nothing can happen to you from the nightmare glove itself. You could always be excavated, you could always be slicered, but where it's the nightmare, so that's what we're focusing on here. If timed correctly, counter is absolutely a counter, but you have to make sure that you don't get baited. You can also hear the farts in the background. I love that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this counters video. This glove is actually really cool. I enjoy this glove. It's got a uniqueness to it that I honestly could not have predicted. Awesome job to the devs. Thank you to everybody who helped me out in this lobby. I very much appreciate every single one of you. I hope that anybody who's watching this video right now, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you do end up watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Later!